Hello, everyone. Kanji-kun is very, very upset with some of you, and he will sit up here and he will judge you all of you. Hello, today we're here to talk about a few things. I don't know what I'm going to call this video yet, but the subject matter is very simple. Why do people have a problem with anyone who likes My Little Pony's Friendship is Magical? This issue is really stupid. This issue confounds me. And someone I know, who I am going to try and put their little, I'll try to get an image of their little message that. And it was from a friend of mine, Alyssa, from New York, which I think brings up a wonderful point. Why the hell does people have this problem? Commonly, most people would just say, oh, that was made for girls. You want to know other stuff that was made for girls. You want to know other stuff was made for girls. Fruit Basket was made for girls. Wish was made for girls. I own 2 visual novels that were made for girls. This is a very good one, by the way. And while debatable, some people say Long Live the Queen is also something made for girls. Which is a PC game, if you're not aware of. And that's stupid. That's really stupid. You want to know why? Hey, are you a fan of Pushing Up Roses? Because you better go and tell her she's an awful human being for liking this. Yeah, you know, Leisure Suit Larry. That's a guy's game, right? So you should be going straight down to Pushing Up Roses and tell her you can't like Leisure Suit Larry. That's a guy's game. Right? I don't see you all wanting down there to tell her that, huh? No volunteers. Come on, get on down there. Now, of course, obviously I showed off some of these items because I want to make a point. The point is very simple. Different people are attracted to different entertainment. Whether it be story, visual, musical, characters, voice actors. It could be lots of things. Or just the general franchise of it, you know? And, I mean, I feel like a lot of people like Friendship is Magical. Mainly because the creator is the same person who did the Powerpuff Girls. And the Powerpuff Girls, just like My Little Pony's Friendship is Magical, was widely viewed as a entertaining cartoon that was enjoyed by both sexes, not simply either guys or just girls. And I think that exact same type of entertainment is expressed in the show. And that's why I feel like a lot of guys actually enjoy the show. Now, simply, you know, in a deeper root problem, you know, you got people like, I like, actually, shoujourn titles. I'm probably saying that awful. I know I'm awful at saying shit. I know. But I like shoujourn titles. I actually, Wish is a side story. Well, a little short story. It's 4 volumes. I really enjoyed Wish. I really like a lot of stuff that this group does. And I'm sure a lot of people into anime and that, of course, recognize them for probably a bigger thing they're more recognized for is Chibits, which you could debate whether that's aimed at guys or girls. Chibits is maybe kind of more of a mixed package thing there, but and I enjoyed Sailor Moon when I was in middle school, when Sailor Moon used to be on Toonami. I enjoyed Sailor Moon. That was just corny, cheesy-ass fun now. That was just hilarious sometimes what they did with the original English dub on that. And I just don't get the whole appeal of why people have to bully people for liking this. You know, like, Alyssa, like, admits, you know, Alyssa likes a lot of different anime, you know, just not stuff simply pointed at girls and that. She likes a lot of stuff that's pointed at guys and that. And the video game industry, which, you know, I'm not that big into anime and manga much in today's world. I like a lot of the older stuff. But, you know, that same concept can be applied to games, you know. Do we go and run at the doors of anyone who plays Dark Souls ain't a guy or something, you know? Like, I don't see people, like, when I was at Comic-Con, and I don't know if Tanner was with me at the time when I was at Comic-Con, but when I was playing the Tokyo Game Show demo, there was a girl who went up to play, and I believe I commented about her. She said she played the PC version when she was trying it, and she messed up. And I remember hearing someone scoff at it, like saying, like, well, fuck you, you know, okay? She said she played the PC version, which, to be honest, I have no idea how you play that. I would probably die in mere seconds if I tried the PC version without controller. So, I mean, I'm sure she could scoff at me back if I did that, you know. It's like, fuck off. Like, seriously. I just don't understand the whole concept. Like, why is it so bad for a guy to like or have interest in? You know why I like Sailor Moon? I like Sailor Moon because it was corny, silly, and cheesy. You know why I like Wish? Because it's romantic. It's kind of like a forbidden romantic thing that has a sad and yet a happy ending. I like Fruit Baskets because of its story. I like a lot of their work too for art too. I like a lot of the art they do. I definitely like this particular game because it's interestingly educational in a way. You know, if you ever been really interested about the war that Rurouni Kenshin took place in on the opposite side, because basically you're in the base of the opposite people, the people that Kenshin was fighting technically in the show, and well, of course, this being a fictional story, but you know it has historical things behind it too, so it's actually really interesting in that way. And of course, it does have a good story in a love relationship kind of thing, but to be honest, that's what kind of draws me to this one. This is just batshit crazy with the creator of Mega Man being in charge of a amusement park. This is a really odd title, to be honest, for female gamers, to be honest. Because it's not cheesy love story. It does have a dating sim kind of thing to it. I did a video talking about it before, but it is a game that was targeted for girls, and I think that one's kind of cheesy in a way too. And I definitely like Chobits, and I know, like I said, Chobits maybe not something that would normally be referred to for just girls, really, because I'm sure lots of people could make fun of it in the opposite way. But, what I really like about, like, say, Chobits, I really like the art style, and I kind of like the strange message it's trying to get to you at the end of the game of, the story, not game, but story. The story. I mean, it's kind of like an interesting idea of what's life, you know, what really should be considered life. And, you know, those are all different elements of why I like those Solon things and that. And like Long Live the Queen on the PC, I like that because it's just like a visual novel version of Dark Souls. And I said the same thing when I talked about that in that video. And now, I haven't had television for a long time, so I haven't personally gotten to watch My Little Pony's Friendship is Magical. I've seen tons of little clips and things and fan-made stuff on YouTube, though, and there was a lot of that. And I can tell you, I probably would like it. I like the Powerpuff Girls. I liked pretty much anything those people made. And there's quite a few things they made. And I would probably like that. Especially any of the episodes with Q. You know, the guy from Star Trek who played like a crazy, power-hungry, godlike creature. He plays a character in it of like a Chinese kind of dragon thing with the goat horns. And he basically plays the exact same role, basically, in the My Little Ponies universe instead. And I loved every clip I've ever seen with him in it. So I have no real doubt that I would probably actually get into the series if I would actually be able to watch it. But I don't have television, and the show isn't legally allowed on the internet, so I have not really gotten to watch it. But I wouldn't see a problem. And, you know, there are some people, like with the Powerpuff Girls, that would label the Powerpuff Girls as a girls cartoon. Personally, I wouldn't. And I've never known anyone to, but I've heard people on the internet do it before. So some people may even label that as a girl-only show and that. And I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of girls who like Final Fantasy. You know, I've gone to several conventions. I see tons of women dressed up as Final Fantasy characters. Hell, when I went to Comic-Con with Tano just last year, there was a girl dressed up as Cloud. You know, gender bending, gender bending cosplay. It's like, well, clearly I would assume she likes Final Fantasy, but I don't think Squaresoft like targeted females in particular with the title. You know, so I mean, nobody gives backslash. It's just a real big hypocrisy. What is the term I'm trying to think of? Double standards. It's a double standards kind of thing. You know, I mean, there's tons of girls. Like, I mean, you could probably find somebody who likes, of the opposite sex, that likes probably every game on my shelf. Hell, I mean, Pushing Up Roses played a game on, like, the fucking, it was like early DOS games. It was not particularly anything I would ever care for. I try to remember. It was like the Fuck Quest or something. It was a horrible joke text eventual game in that. I don't remember what it was called exactly. And she kind of had humor with that kind of thing. And while that wasn't straight out porn or anything, I mean, that thing looked worse than the first Leisure Suit Larry game originally. The first original release of it. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, and you got, I'm trying to remember. I know there was that one girl who just does bazillions of videos of World of Warcraft, and you don't see anyone fucking going down that door. And when I played World of Warcraft, there was a lot of husband-wives who actually, you know, in guilds and shit and play together and stuff. Hell, I've even seen families. My last guild had a family, a husband, wife, and 2 children who all played World of Warcraft together. And, you know, I don't see anyone busting down their fucking doors about that. So why should people do it vice versa, you know? I mean, I guess if you want to consider it a little odd, I guess, you know? I mean, I consider it a little odd if somebody likes Lunar Dragon Song, but I'm not going to choke you out for it. I'm not going to kill you or something, you know? I might find it a little particularly odd, but you don't need to go and fucking, like, throw harassments and death threats and shit to people like this. Like, that's stupid, you know? Just because it doesn't meet your particular taste doesn't mean you deservedly have the right to do this to fucking people, you know? Like, this kind of shit is reserved for ignorant idiots who fucking have no, like, basically for the people we're talking about here. That are ignorant and not fair or to our people in that, you know? This is the kind of treatment those people need to be treated, you know? I mean, simply because you dislike something does not mean that you can just simply shit on them because of it or that. I mean, it doesn't make your particular taste the greatest thing in the world or anything, you know? I mean, just because I don't... Like, most sci-fi stuff I don't want to get into. Like, Doctor Who and Star Trek and a little Star Wars, but I'm not a big Star Wars person. Like, Star Trek and Doctor Who are, like, the only real sci-fi stuff I like. I don't like most sci-fi stuff, generally. And, you know, it's not like I go and shit on people for that, but I guess we're just kind of spiraling into a whole fucking... just... Generally, you know... Just be a little respectful, you know? I mean, I know we all sometimes get mad and shit drives us insane those sometimes, but, you know, I'm not going to simply go to my old Lunar Dragon Song video and just anyone who said they liked the game, I'm not going to go and say, like, fuck you, you suck ass at that, you know? Treat my particular taste and opinion with respect, and I'll treat your particular taste and opinion with respect. You know, that's how I am. And I guess I don't really have much more to say on that, except for just blabbering on more. I just don't really see the point, you know? I mean, surely there are things that are, like, video game wise, you know, there's like there was a series of DS games where you basically play like dress up shopping in the mall and for clothing, and yeah, you know, that has no particular interest in me at all. In that, you know, I'm not simply saying I like everything that's targeted towards girls, and vice versa. You know, not all girls are gonna like everything that's targeted by boys either. But you know, there are people who like things that may not been the actual target of said product. That kind of thing happens. There have been games that have been wildly just thought differently when they came out or reached different audiences with shows, games, TV, movies. I mean, I don't know. It's really just a double standards kind of issue. And it really needs to stop. It's really stupid. It's not fair to people. And, you know, that one guy on, I think it was on Fox News, that basically he's like, he had this whole fucking stupid hate crime kind of thing going on, where he's like, yes, we're here about to talk about bronies, and the girl announcer was like, well, bronies, and he has like the old like 80s My Little Ponies toys on his desk all of a sudden, and he's like, yes, those My Little Ponies, and it's like, you're taking, for one thing, the whole thing out of context of what the fuck we're talking about, like. And hell, you know, when I was a kid, I actually watched the My Little Ponies movies. And I think actually I liked the one that had the witches in it, to be honest. I have to agree with, I think it was CR that said it, about how the witches were actually kind of interesting characters in that. But, I mean, largely, that was more because of my sister, but I wouldn't say I necessarily hate that particular movie. And, you know, actually, while we're on topic, I watched the Care Bears a lot, actually, you know. I watched the Care Bears and the Smurfs, and I don't know if you would really consider the Smurfs that, but a lot of people consider Care Bears to be a female kind of targeted audience kind of thing, or really young or female audience and that. And, you know, I watched a lot of Care Bears when I was little with the Smurfs, and I definitely like the, I think it was the first Care Bear movie, the one with the evil magical book that wanted to basically depress the entire world. That was actually a really good movie, which is a shame because personally I can't really say that about any of the other ones, to be honest, which is a shame. I always liked the original Care Bear series too with Professor Cold Hearts. Chill out. I don't know. It's like, I'm a 90s kid. I like cheesy shit, so I don't know. Different things are attractive people. A lot of people like the art styles, stories, taste, music. You know, there's so many different draws to a form of entertainment. Whether games, movies, music, like anime, cartoons, whatever, you know. There are different draws. There could be multiple reasons why one particular person may like it, you know. You might like Jam-O-Lammy just because of the music, you know? Or maybe you like the 2D cutouts, you know, like with Papa the Wapple, which it's a spin-off of. I mean, there's just so many different things and reasons why somebody can like something. And those things aren't gender-based. They're subjective on a personal-to-personal, person-to-person kind of thing. And honestly, next time you see somebody either watching, playing, listening to something you don't particularly think, you know, be a little respectful. Okay, don't treat it like some kind of hate crime or something, for fuck's sake. Good Lord. I just don't know why people have to fucking, like, have some kind of blood-driven war against something like this. Especially on, like, Facebook. This is why I just don't like being on Facebook. I use Facebook to keep contact mostly with faraway friends like in New York, Canada, and Europe and that, and a few watchers of my videos and that. But in general, I don't really like hanging out on Facebook very much because it's just full of drama a lot of times. But, you know, that's my subjective opinion. I'm not here to be like, oh, everyone on Facebook sucks or that, you know. But I can tell you, you can always find a fine example of drama on Facebook. I can definitely guarantee that for sure. And this kind of thing happening on Facebook does not seem surprising. Though the particular incident with who Alyssa is talking about, as far as I understand, was in person, not something over Facebook in general. But, yeah, I guess I can only just really rattle on. I don't really have a whole lot more to say. I mean, I guess in the end, I guess I could just leave it off and say, well, what do you think, you know? Do you think that's fair point? That, you know, people should just kind of fucking be respectful to other people's interests? Or do you feel like that's wrong? Do you feel like it's wrong to like My Little Pony's Friendship is Magical? I mean, I don't know. I just don't get it. I mean, it's not like we crucify anyone. Like, I know a girl who liked Ren and Stimpy, and I can fucking tell you Ren and Stimpy was not targeted towards little girls at all. And, like, I don't see anyone crucifying that, so, yeah. Anyway, you know, feel free to leave a comment down below on what you think. And, you know, I would like to leave this off on one more thing. I think Kanji is an excellent example of what we're talking about also. Because Kanji suffers from the exact same problem. He likes tailoring, stuff with sewing and stuff, and making and crafting. Things that usually aren't associated with guys when you're a teenage or young adult a lot of times. And, you know, that kind of exact thing is why I think Kanji is a really good character. Because it's standing up for what you like, you know? Know what I mean? No? So, remember, if you're a jerk, Kanji is going to beat you up. So anyway, seriously, leave a comment down below. I hope I hear very nice and interesting comments, for sure. Because, I was really inspired to make this video because of Alyssa's comment on Facebook. Because it's a really good point, a very good topic, and I thought it was something worth talking about, for sure. So thank you for sparking me to kind of blab on. Ooh. Dang. Ooh. Sometimes doing a video after dinner was a bad idea. But anyway, thanks for the lovely idea. I hope you enjoyed the video, Alyssa, and I'm sorry that I rambled way too much. But that's sadly just what I do. Anyway, I look forward to your comments in the future. Dum da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 dum dum da na 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 na.